What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how we manage weed control on my farm. We hired a tractor operator to take care of this. And then I'm going to tell you the importance of taking care of such hazards. Believe me, you do not want to let this grow any further on your land. All they're going to do is destroy all your crops. So you want to make sure you take care of them as soon as possible. As soon as they start growing, that is the time you should start taking care of them. Usually the way it works in Congo, you just hire a few people here and there. They will charge you like per hour, and then they get it taken care of, then you're good to go. As you can see, the barn is visibly spot from the distance, but before the weed control, you could not see the barn at all. Something to keep in mind, yes, you have to pay if you don't own a tractor, but if you don't want to continue dealing with this issue, then you need to do something about it. And that's exactly what I did. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks again for tuning in, I really appreciate it. Just like I promised on my previous video, I was going to come back to talk about weed control on the farm. So when you're taking care of a farm, you just don't do things without taking care of your farm. But before we get into it, let me take the time to give a special shout out to all of my new subscribers. Welcome to the YouTube family. Please do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Because last time I checked my YouTube analytics, it's only telling me that 20% of my viewers have actually subscribed. So 80% of y'all haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, but you keep coming back to watch my video anyway. So if you're that interested, why just not give it a subscribe and a thumbs up? I really appreciate it. So let's get back to the video. All right, guys, it's very important that you take care of your farm. When there is unnecessary leaves growing around your farm, it is really not a good thing. You should start thinking about making sure to, depending on what your ambitions are, depending on what you are planning to do with your land, but it's very crucial to make sure that the surface is flat in as much as possible. Because number one, that's going to allow you to plant more trees, more stuff in the farm, and things like that. Even give you more room to build if you got other structures that you are planning to build on your farm. All right? Because me personally, I just completed my pig barn. So now I'm going to be building the chicken barn. And at the same time, I have the borehole plant going on. So I have to make sure that this surface it looks presentable, and that when people are going to the farm, they don't have to duck through these leaves and that are all over the place. That's why we got the tractor up in there to make sure that they take care of it. Because even myself, since I'm already planning a trip to Congo, I don't want to go in there and trying to figure out how to get to the farm because there is no path. A path must be created. If you pay attention here, there are some of the plants that there are trees that have been planted about a year or maybe two ago. They're really not doing quite well because they have been abandoned. They haven't been taken care of them properly. So that is a problem right there. So I just wanted to make sure that moving forward, that all of these things gets taken care of. That's why I said, okay, there are a lot of things that I can get out of the way before I come to the Congo. Like completing the pig barn, it was a success. Now, doing weed control to make sure that all of these leaves that are around here are all gone, to leaving way more space so I can get even more inspired on the things that I want to do around the farm, because sometimes I felt limited because I wasn't really sure what all this unnecessary leaves were all about. I just wanted to make sure that gets taken care of first before I move on to the next stuff. But we're going to be discussing a lot more things that I'm planning on doing right after this it's over with. But stick around for that video. It's gonna come real soon. But I've had these projects for quite some times now that I wanted to plant more trees to build a forest here. I'm trying to create a forest not only to make sure that I have natural breeze coming through the farm, also to prevent from violent winds to knock things over, because they have been reports from my guardians, since there aren't that many trees surrounding the farm. When it was a crazy storm, the place was actually under threat, and those things could have been prevented if I had planted more trees at the beginning when I had just purchased the farm. That's actually one of the things that I regret the most. When I first purchased the land, first thing I should have done is to make sure that I plant as much, like as many trees as I possibly could. Because what ended up happening was when I got the land, I wasn't there. I was still back here in the States, and my mom and my guy over there are the ones that took care of everything. But my mom had planted like a number of trees. It wasn't that many, because I remember back in 2020 when I first visited my farm, I uh, I only saw like three, maybe four or maybe five trees the most, and I had to plant more trees while I was there. Then when I returned, when I came back to the United States, and those trees kept growing. Those are acacia trees. Acacia trees are very important, not only to help create a type of uh, helps create the forest, but it could also be used to produce charcoal in the long run if that's what you're willing to do. And you know, charcoal markets is very lucrative in places like Congo, because we don't have the technology, or the electricity isn't really permanent, that people don't really use stove on a regular basis to cook like their everyday meal. So people, like the very first choice of, you know, material that they use to cook with is charcoal. So charcoal is very, very lucrative business if you get into it. So, but my primary ambition, or my primary goal in planting acacia trees on my farm isn't necessarily so that eventually I can make, charcoals out of them, but it is primarily to help create the forest around the farm. And that's not going to be the only area where all these trees will be planted, because I will probably plant about 2.5 acres worth of acacia trees, and then the other 2.5 acres, I'm going to, diversify different trees. Like plantain is going to be planted. I'm going to be planting more avocado trees, more mango trees, more uh, coconut trees, and palm trees. Those are the things that I have in mind, all right? Because, and then after this gets done, I am going to move on the other side of the farm, because they have to leave right more than enough space to build other structures, because I don't want the entire lands to be covered with trees, but I want to make sure at least the entire farm, it is surrounded by trees, because if God forbid there is a storm or there is a wind, like a strong wind coming through, it don't end up knocking things over. So the trees will maintain the wind and actually push it through to make it feel much more, agreeable. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason, that's the purpose behind, doing this weed control. Not only that, I'm making sure I'm taking care of the place to make it look presentable and amazing. On the top of it, it's going to help. It's going to, help create an environment that will people will really want to stay and spend some time. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate you being around this channel, man. This really means a lot. This channel is growing, not too quickly, but the pace he has taken recently is I'm happy with it. So if it really takes off really quickly, I'm all for it. I'm prepared for whatever comes in the future. But while I'm here, I'm trying to do the best I can before I fly to Congo next month, because there is a lot of things that needs to be done around this farm. So if you're supporting these ideas, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because I'm not asking you for any money or whatsoever, because I can do my own. I'm a hardworking man. Everything, or every possible things that got done around this farm, came straight from myself. So I can support my projects financially, single-handedly, no matter how long it takes. But I'm pretty sure with the hard work that I put in, I'll be able to pull it off. I don't care how long it takes, but patience is key because I'm one of those guys that believe that you could take longer as long as it's something that you deserve and you earned. So the big projects was meant to take about 6 months. He ended up taking a year, and I don't feel bad for it because I have reasons. I had things that I had going on, but at the same time, I am very, very satisfied with the results that I've received so far since the completion took place. And I'm going to continue doing the same thing. And we discussed the poultry farming too, and we discussed the chicken house that's going to be built very soon. That's really not going to cost me as much as the pig barn cost me. I probably won't need bricks to build a chicken farm. I mean, to build a chicken shed. I'm probably gonna need a couple like new building materials that are sold locally or in local markets and stuff. That's gonna cost me a lot less. And as long as that I make sure that I plow the area where I want the chicken house being, to be built, then we'll just come up with a plan. I actually already have the projects, but I have to go back to my notes and look at it because remember the last trip, I spoke to a guy who builds chicken houses and he had already planned everything for me. I just gotta find the paper, but if I don't find it, it is what it is. When I fly over there, I'm gonna meet with him one more time and then we'll go over some of the things and what my vision is and what I exactly want done around here and how I literally want the chicken house to be built. Those things are gonna get taken care of really, really soon. So, yeah, man, you have no idea the level of excitement that I have right now, being able to achieve this. Pig barn as the first projects and having the pig moving here, it really makes my heart feel much better, man. Like it's been stressful. It was a long journey, but at the end of it, it was worthwhile. It was very, very, you know, gratifying. And I encourage you too to do the same thing. Don't just wait around because if I had waited, this project would never gotten done. You know what I mean? Because if I had to postpone it, oh man, I don't feel like I have enough money. I knew what I had available, at the time when I received the estimate wasn't enough to get the job done, but I knew I had something to start with. And I hoped that I would work so hard that I would come up with the money to finish the rest of the projects. And that's exactly what I did. You know why? Because I put faith to it. And I had hope and I had worked hard towards my goal. And guess what the end result is? This very pig barn that you guys been watching on this past couple of videos that I released. So this is a really great feeling, and that's why I'm always encouraging you guys to do the exact same thing because you never know what's gonna happen. Don't ever let anybody hold you back and tell you the negativities uh, only the negative side of Congo or Africa in general. You focus on the positive things because nobody can change Africa overnight. Africa has these issues. Africa has a lot of problems that we got to work on. But when it comes down to investing and doing business, that is your own personal ambition. And the connection that you create on the ground are going to make it possible for you to achieve whatever goal that you have moving forward. And don't not let anybody hold you back from that. Because I believe we all have potentials in many different areas. You just have to exploit yours. You just have to figure out which one yours is. Once you get it that figured out, then you can come on the ground and start doing your things because someone like me will always have your back, will always have your support, will always encourage you to do what's best. That's actually going to change the narrative. That's going to make us look good because I am fighting for the Congolese youth in the diaspora to show that we are capable to do a lot of things around here rather than just waiting around for the government to do anything for us. No, the government will never do that. I will never stop talking and saying this to you guys until it gets inside of your head because a lot of you still talking about, oh, I'll never go back to Congo. The government is trash, this, and that. Okay, you keep waiting for the government then and wait till that happens. You'll probably be 90 years old and you have thing that you got to keep in mind too. So yeah, man. I mean, every time I talk about this stuff, it just gets me very, very excited because I see the potential. I see what the future holds. Ladies and gentlemen, if you made it to this point of the video, you're very golden. Thank you very much for your engagement. It really means a lot. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you have not already, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell for more videos like this. This really means a lot. Let's continue to support farming in Congo Kinshasa, because if we don't do it, nobody else will. I am going to continue making farm related content on my channel, just a way to bring awareness to most of you out there. I know that there are a lot of Congolese out there with possibility to start farming or any type of business in the country, but they just got cold feet because of the negativity that we all see on television. But my goal here is to bridge the gap, is to show you that there are a lot of things that you can do in Congo and be successful. I started with farming because I believe in it. Not only that, it is something that I am very passionate about. And I am going to continue to do the best I can and whatever it takes to make sure that this success teach a lot of people out there, because I know I'm going to succeed. It is for a good reason I am pouring all the resources and funds that I have coming out of my own pockets into these projects to show you that I am 100% sure of the success that will come from these efforts. So stick around and support this channel. Until the next one, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.